What is going on, everybody? Hope everybody's doing well. Happy Thursday. Happy Friday. Never mind. That's how out of it I am. Well, it was a good Thursday for me, so that's why I had mentioned it a little bit on the baseball show, but won the Monster last night over there. That was nice. Ready to get back at it tonight, playing pretty big, and want to talk a little bit of NBA. So I'm going to quickly just show you guys what my current build is on FanDuel, and then I'm going to talk about some DraftKings. We've had some people asking for more FanDuel stuff, so I thought it'd be cool to just show. And there's not a whole lot to talk about. It's only a 3-game slate. We'll also cover it more later on our live before lock show. But I wanted to get you guys something out there today, so you have some idea of sort of where I'm starting and what we're doing. I'll also list my MLB plays today on TrueDFS.com. Again, site's still under getting some work done, but we're making progress every day. We've added new members to the team, people who are experts in a lot of different areas like NASCAR, a lot of PGA stuff. It's going to be good stuff. So anyway, here's just my initial build on FanDuel. Look, it's a tournament build. I'm trying to embrace the variance with Claxton. The weird part is he's going to probably play his minutes anyway, and the projections that for him around the industry are between 16 and 18. I think there's some room for him on that. Like with no Jeff Green in the lineup, I think there's a chance you might see more of him. I know Blake is going to be the popular one, and he's who I'm using on DraftKings. But on FanDuel, I think Claxton makes for kind of an interesting, different way to go. And we've seen guys like Claxton put up a bunch in no time. I don't love using Noel here. I'd like to find a pivot where I could do a 2v2 swap that makes some sense. But I do think that there is upside for Noel. Like I think that look with them, Taj playing more minutes and Taj outplaying him in the last game. Taj is the way I'm leaning on DraftKings, even if they were the same price. On FanDuel, you get a little bit of a discount on Noel, which I needed obviously for this specific lineup. And I really wanted on DraftKings, it was a hard fade to fade Durant, but I wanted the full Clipper Dallas game stack over there. I love Paul George on both sites. I think that he's too cheap on both sites. I really like him on DraftKings. I think on FanDuel he's even probably more of an easier play. But to try and play he and Kawhi together on DraftKings with Luka made it impossible for me to play Durant. You statistically can't even do it. I'm sorry, mathematically can't even do it. So I went that way. I also decided if I was going to use any Celtics, where I was going to use Celtics, that would be the place I tried to use Durant. I wasn't using Smart on DraftKings, so I'm using him on FanDuel. And I think Smart just makes, we don't have a whole lot of great shooting guard options, right? So this is sort of what the FanDuel build is looking like for me. I'm going to have to obviously make some tweaks throughout the day. You're going to see some Joe Harris in my small forward spots. You're going to see some Evan Fournier as my shooting guard spots. You're going to see a lot more Kawhi. Kawhi is probably the better heads up play for most people and more popular than Durant, which is another reason why I went Durant, to try to go this Claxton Durant route. And then instead of doing the other way around, I could have played Kawhi and Finney Smith. I could have played Kawhi and then spent up a little bit for another power forward, or even gone up at center to maybe Taj Gibson, which I'm not going to do, but just throwing out some different things. I do think your main center you'd want to play on FanDuel would be Robert Williams. I think there's upside there for him, even in whatever minutes. Also, there's always a risk of a blowout with this Brooklyn game. And Tristan Thompson, they sort of made the price a little bit tricky for him over there. So this is my initial build. I don't know where I'm going to end up with it. I know that they probably aren't going to be thrilled with me sharing my screen, but I'm going to do it anyway because it's not something I plan on being the same lineup later today. Although I do think it does sort of fit the criteria of what I'm looking for. On DraftKings, specific guys that I like for value, Kleber is probably an overpay what I'm doing with him on FanDuel right now, but I do think that completely viable still. He's just even at 4,800, it's just there's not enough guys in the position, and if you wanted to spend where I spent, that's what you're going to have to make a compromise, something like that. I really don't mind the fading Luka thing on DraftKings, but I personally wanted to do it, so I wanted the game that whole game. So I'm playing Luka, I'm playing Paul George, I'm playing Kawhi. The guy who I think I'll have in every lineup tonight, and it's DeAndre Hunter got some minutes back the last game, and I know they have bodies in Atlanta, but DeAndre Hunter, is 4K on DraftKings. He put up 26 fantasy points in the last game in 36 minutes, and that is more than fine by me. So I am spending down. That's how I'm able to get to Luka. I can pay down for DeAndre Hunter. I can pay down for Maxi Kleber, and I can pay down for Taj Gibson. Derrick Rose is an awesome play on both sites. Kawhi Leonard is an awesome play on both sites, but especially DraftKings. Paul George, to me, I already mentioned, awesome play on both sides. I may mix it up and do something different and take Luka out. I don't think it's not that I'm going to say Luka's due for bad. He's dominated in such an unbelievable way in these first couple games, and the lack of the need for there to be a sense of urgency is a little worrisome. I like to play guys who have to put it on the line, which is probably why I'm so focused on the Clippers today. But Luka is Luka, but maybe the 40 minutes turns into 36. Maybe he puts up 55 or 60, in which case you can live with it. Then again, maybe he does his thing and puts up 80. I do think they'll guard him a little tighter, so definitely open to being flexible of switching him out on DraftKings. But again, it's very similar builds on both sides tonight. In terms of actually just straight game betting tonight, I don't think I'm going to make any of the wagers here. It's tempting to take the Clippers, but I don't think I'm going to do it because I don't trust in this team, and it feels like weird to all of a sudden bet on them. I sort of like New York over Atlanta. That's my prediction, but I don't know that I want to put money on it. Maybe I'll make that decision later today. And Brooklyn and Boston, I'm sure, maybe Boston will get a game in this series. I'm treating it like it's a mismatch. I mean, it's just a complete and utter mismatch. And again, Boston might win this game or the next one. It's not going to change anything. Overall, you play these things out 5 times. At 4 of the times, in my opinion, you're going to get not necessarily a blowout in that you're going to win by 30, but you're going to get a game that's easily controlled by the Brooklyn team. Anyway, guys, I know that this is a really short video, but I wanted to include, again, just a little bit of what I'm doing today. And we'll talk more at 6 Eastern today. I hope everybody has great luck, and hopefully we'll see you at the top of the leaderboard. Let's win again. And anybody else, feel free to join me. Let's get everybody on True DFS winning. I know we've had some wins at golf recently and some things like that, but always share it with us. We love to hear it from you guys. And again, thanks for tuning in. Check out the site. We're mixing things up. We added new people, so a lot of cool stuff to check out. It's also still a little bit, under construction and trying to get everything right, but we've got a pretty good outline of what we're doing. So anyway, that's where I'm at. Good luck to everybody out there. I hope you all crush it, and we'll see you at the top of the leaderboards tonight.